Hey, beautiful people. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If it resonates with you, please like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. So I already said a prayer. We're going to see what messages we have for the collective. I'm going to try to make this a quick reading. So the first download that I got is you're making people believe in the supernatural. And then as I was getting ready for this reading, like I heard quarantine. So I don't know. Quarantine. So maybe quarantine is like um when you're placed in like isolation or whatever. If you could have been exposed to like an infectious disease or something. So it's like it may not be literal as far as a disease, but maybe somebody has been in isolation. My thing is lighting up red as I'm saying this. So maybe someone just has been in isolation or something. I don't know if that's significant. Or maybe someone is being called, if not to kind of separate and kind of put themselves in isolation for the purposes of like getting like mental clarity. This just slid. What is this? Yeah, look, Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. I don't know. Somebody could be experiencing some bad karma now. So somebody could have a sickness, maybe, right? When maybe they need to be placed in quarantine, or because when I first heard that, I was thinking of COVID too. So I don't know. Maybe there could be something significant about COVID around the period that COVID hit, which was like 2020 or whatever. That's when I think, was it 2020? I think. Well, yeah. I don't know. Or no, 19. So I don't know. Because look, I split the day. This is the second time tall came up, and then we have God's protection. So for some of y'all, I don't know, you could be tall, or there could be somebody who's tall where God is protecting you from this person or somebody in a situation. Or oh, okay. Because remember, the download that I got is you make people believe in the supernatural. So for some of y'all, because that's the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. So some of y'all could have been that there could have been a certain person or people who are possibly coming up against you, or I don't know, whatever they're doing. They're doing something where it's like you have God's protection. You that's why they're starting to believe in the supernatural, because for some of y'all, I don't know, it could be that these people or this person, they're getting hit with karma, and they're starting to see why it's because of what they did and the type of protection that you have. I feel like with this pessimistic, yeah. Yep, look. Pessimistic, worry, and backfire. Yeah, that's what I was picking up. Somebody's getting hit with karma. Hold on, y'all. My bad, y'all. I forgot that I had my sage burn. I thought it actually went out, and I realized it was still burning after all the time. So, but that could be a sign too. I don't know, it could be a lot of negative energy. It's something somebody was doing where it's like God had to step in. It's like God stepped off of his throne in order to protect you. And whatever he's doing, I don't know, somebody's experiencing karma, which they know, like they're so worried. Because it's like they know that every time they take action, for some of y'all, they're starting to realize that there's a possibility that whatever it is that they're doing could backfire. Confirmation. You heard that. You heard that real time. They're starting to realize there's a pattern. Every time they try to come up against you or try to come for you in any type of way, it's like there's always a backfire, right? And yeah, these people, they're starting to become pessimistic. They're starting to really believe, like, dang, I think God is actually real. Because it's always something, y'all. We have young and soulmate. So for some of y'all, this could be a soulmate. So this could be like a lover, friend. Um, I mean, anyone could be a soulmate. So this could be a family member, whoever this is to you. What I'm getting for some of y'all is given this person has a young soul, whoever this is. For some of y'all, this could be multiple people. And my thing is, y'all, it's lighting up bright red as I'm saying that. This person, or if it's multiple people, it's they have a young soul. It's like they didn't fear God. You can tell who really fears God by the type of things that they do, or you know what I'm saying, or you could tell who. Wait, let me rephrase that. You could tell who doesn't fear God by the type of things that they do, right? They think that if nobody sees them do something, that this thing is lighting up bright red as I said that. They think that if nobody sees them, they got off scotch free. It's no consequences, right? But those of us who are older souls, right, who are more spiritually inclined, who are more tapped in, we know that's not the truth. We know that God, whether somebody sees what we do or not, God still holds us accountable. And see, that's what they're starting to learn. They're starting to learn there actually is a God, because it's giving whoever this is or these people are, it's like they operate off of their ego, right? Like I said, look, exposed. Somebody could be curvy, this person, or you could be curvy, or anyone connected to the situation could be curvy. Yeah, I don't know, it's something that this person was doing that has been exposed, where God has been protecting you from. Yeah, for some of y'all, this person's entitled. Some of y'all, this could be a cousin. Slim, for some of y'all, this person could be slim, or you could be slim. And then look, soulmate, and then we have authority in reverse, and then we have set up in reverse, stalking. So some of y'all, that's why you have God's protection. Whoever this is, OMG, I just rested my hand on the deck, y'all. On the other side of the deck, let me push it so y'all can see it. And my hands, this card stuck to my hand. And look, we have integrity. Yeah, somebody lacked integrity. Somebody has been stalking somebody. Someone has been abusing their authority, or someone's connected to someone who's been abusing their authority to stalk somebody with the intentions of setting them up, right? That's why integrity is here. It's like they lacked integrity by doing this. And I can't make this up. Look at the next card right under it, betrayal. Betrayal. Yeah, and love readers. This could have been a lover. And then look right behind it, y'all. Earth angel. Earth angel, that's what it is. That's why these people are starting to believe in the supernatural. Because for some of y'all specifically, you were being stalked. Whether it was in person, through your GPS, hell, could have had even a tracker on your car or something like that. You were being stalked. Somebody was abusing their authority in order to stalk you, to set you up. In order to set you up. And it's like every time they take action on this plot, it backfires. And this is a betrayal. Because for some of y'all, we saw soulmates. So like I said, this is given multiple people. But I just heard lover. For some of y'all, for sure, this is a lover. Yeah, they didn't want me to say that. You see how the cards flipped over? Yeah. Or some of y'all, there's something, for some of y'all, like an ex-lover or something like that. Yeah. And they're getting worried now. I don't know. For some of y'all, somebody was using somebody. So maybe that's what it is. Whoever this lover, ex-lover, family or something, I don't know. Maybe they're using somebody to do this, to abuse their authority, to somehow stalk you for this setup. I just heard Robin. Somebody's name is Robin. Yep, look, young and family. Some of y'all, this is your family, your family members. This thing is lighting up bright red as I'm saying. Some of y'all, this is your own family members that's doing this. That God is protecting you from your own family members or people that's connected to you by family. These are all young souls. This is, yeah, and they lack integrity. These are young souls, y'all. Look at here. Bad karma. We already got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yeah. Because they operate with ulterior motives. These people are snakes, or this person is a snake. For some of y'all, these people were literally stalking you. Right? They were abusing their authority to stalk you, to set you up, possibly to take you out. I don't know, something about a grandma. A grandma could be attached to this, but before I forget what I was gonna say, with this young and family, some of y'all, it's like you're the old soul. It's like God puts you, the old soul, into a family with much younger souls. This thing is lighting up bright red as I'm saying this. So whether it's for some of y'all like your family, or like a lover's family, or friend's family, or something like that, it's like God puts you around a bunch of young souls. Souls who still has not acknowledged that God is real, right? So God said, you know what? In this lifetime, I do want y'all to wake up. It's you've been operating with the dark for too long, right? You've been allowing yourself to be used by the dark for too long. So I'm a shake some shit up in this lifetime, right? I'm gonna put you around one of my high ranking earth angels, right? That's what I'm going to use to give you this spiritual awakening, right? And so these people kept coming for you and doing shit, right? Some of y'all, your own family members, your own family, or someone you have a child with, or their family, or something like that, working against you, right? These are young souls that lacked, I was going to say it's integrity, but I heard moral integrity, or they lack morals, they lack integrity, right? And so God put you on their path to give them that spiritual awakening. Because every time these people do something, this thing is lighting up red right now, bright red. Every time these people do something, it backfires. If they're getting to the point now, for some of y'all, I feel like they could possibly still be trying. I feel like they could possibly still be trying. But it's like they're starting to get worried more and more now, because they're just like, it's like they're trying to brace themselves. They're trying to brace themselves, because they're like, man, we just know this is a pattern. Every time we try to do something to the collective, something always happens to us, right? And it's like, that's why they're young souls. That's why they're young souls being taught this lesson to spiritually awaken, right? Because someone who genuinely believes in God, is certain stuff we're not going to do, because we know karma is real. And there's no escaping it. It don't matter how much you pray to God, how much you beg. If you try to do protection spells or rituals, whatever little shit they be doing, you can't override what God says. Once God says, okay, it's time for you to pay back this karma, there's nothing anybody can do about that, because you can't override the boss. And that's what these people are starting to learn. Like, yeah, these unbothered. These people carried a unbothered energy where they didn't acknowledge God or think God was real. Like I said, they're young souls. So God was like, okay, I'm gonna use my earth angel, because I know y'all gonna try this. Y'all are young souls. You lack morals, you lack integrity. So I already know you're gonna do something, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and allow you to do it. So just so you can see how protected this person is. You might have accomplished this with other people in the past, but not with this earth angel. You can't do this to my people. You can't do this to my children. You know what I'm saying? And that's what these people are starting to realize, the supernatural is real. Because some of y'all, these people are experiencing some supernatural shit. Snake. Yeah, these snakes are becoming pessimistic. Look at here. Why? Because they don't ran up on the right one. They don't ran up on the right one. What is this sticking out? False twin flame. Yeah, for some of y'all, this is a false twin flame. This is a lover or ex-lover. Some of y'all, you could even still be connected to this person. This is a false soulmate or false twin flame. But for some of y'all, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They did this to a high-ranking earth angel. But this was part of the plan to wake them up. God had to wake them up. God had to let them know, like, hey, don't be fooled. Yes, there's a lot of bad stuff going around in this world. And so that's possibly why you think that I'm not real. But I want you to know that there's certain beings of mine, right? my earth angels that I don't play about, that I have my hand on, right? And you're gonna provoke this person, right? These are dark entities that are attached to these people, right? God is teaching them a lesson. You're gonna provoke this person, and then I'm gonna come down and slap you with karma every single time. Every single time. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's making them believe in God. What is this? Yeah, look, vindictive and flamboyant. But it's in reverse. So what I'm getting is, for some of y'all, these people who's connected to you are very vindictive. Okay. They're vindictive, but they're not, they keep it hidden. You don't realize how vindictive they are. These are the type of people that if you, or a person or whatever, if like you do something to them or you make them feel some type of way, they feel cross, they'll go off and do something to get even with you. And you won't even know what's going on. You don't know that they're this vindictive, because they don't say anything. They just go and do whatever to make them feel better about how they feel inside. And for some of y'all, because this is under betrayal, some of y'all, somebody, it's like a lover, ex-lover, maybe friend, brother, something like that, intentionally betrayed someone, right? Because they were being vindictive. So that's for somebody. I don't know, this just came out. Somebody could be heavy set. Wait, 16 minutes. Because I felt God to use this. Let me see if there's anything else. Any other messages, Holy Spirit? This is kind of sticking up, so I'm going to take this out. I feel like for some of y'all, this is your energy. You're very tapped in. I just heard martial arts. Maybe somebody could possibly know martial arts, or somebody could be interested in martial arts, or maybe somebody's being called to do martial arts, because I don't know. That's what I just heard. And for some of y'all, maybe you could even like did martial arts in a past life, so you could possibly be drawn to martial arts, and it could be like, because in a past life that's what you were into, or that's what you did. But it's good. Yes, for some of y'all, you have spiritual gifts. Some of y'all, you're high ranking, and that's why God used you. He used you to get these people to realize that God is real. No matter how much you try to plan something, no matter how many people you bring onto your plan, no matter how much you think you know, how much you're stalking somebody, you cannot override the power of God. You know what I'm saying? And that's what these younger souls are learning. Yeah, because let me just so y'all can see. Because these people, they're dark. Look at this. Look at this Queen of Swords. And then look at this Seven of Swords. They're young souls. They're dark. They're deceptive. They're sneaky. Right? Some of them are, they real good at this. I'll give it to them. Queen of Swords. Some of them are very intelligent. Somebody could, confirmation, I heard that? Some of them are very intelligent. And somebody's either Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini. I heard Emperor. So somebody could be an Aries, or for some, this could be some type of father figure for somebody. Yeah. And then look at these next two cards. For some of y'all, this is your energy. This is God using you, this high spiritual ranking being, right? To reprimand these people. It's like God is grabbing them by the wrist now. Because God is like, no, it's time for you to wake up. I'm about to shake y'all and wake you up. Right? So that you can know that God is real. So you know that you can always come to this side. Y'all operating within the dark. Y'all riding with the dark entities. Y'all operating with the dark side. Like, understand that there is a God and you can come to this side. You know what I'm saying? But you got to choose to do that. You got to use your free will. So, anything else, Holy Spirit? Because I want this to be... And this thing started lighting up bright red when I said that, yeah. Like, we have free will. That's the beautiful thing. If we didn't have free will, we would just be robots. You know what I'm saying? So we can choose to do something. We can choose not to do something. Right? Anything else Holy Spirit that reflects me somewhere? What is this? Eight of Wands in reverse. That is so crazy. And it literally fell right here, which is backfire. Yes, I think that's the main thing, y'all, is this person or these people, they're experiencing backfires. Yeah, look, I'm just going through the cards to get them straight, and then look, conflicts. Some of y'all, there, I don't know, there may be conflict, or because I just heard altercations going on. I don't know. I just heard plot. So some type of plot. So there, yeah, because remember we had set up, somebody was abusing their authority to stop somebody. This was a plot, right? And it's like for some of y'all, these people, they're possibly arguing now. And then look on the back of that, we have homelessness. So I don't know, any of these people could be experiencing financial issues now. It's like for some of y'all, they're getting hit with their finances. That's why God is showing them. Yeah, I don't know. We have homeless and sweethearts. So I don't know. Maybe there could have been somebody could have broke up, and somebody could be homeless, or somebody could have been pregnant, and somebody could have lost the pregnancy, or yeah, I don't know. Anything else, Holy Spirit, on why I got that download? I just saw the homeless card getting a protest. Yeah, some of y'all, yeah, it's like someone's mad because it's like they're getting hit through their finances now. That's how they're getting hit with this bad karma. Holy Spirit, why? Tell me more on this backfire, this betrayal, before I close this out. Yeah, gold. I can't make this up. The gold card fell exactly on stalking. Someone was stalking somebody. They were like tracking somebody. And their goal was to set them up to possibly cause harm to them. Yes, and that's why this person, because I heard plot, so it's multiple people. So it could be multiple people experiencing karma now, right? Because remember, we have family. So there could be, so family could just mean group. There's a group of people that's all getting taught a lesson, that they're getting taught that, yeah, God does exist. Yes, this world, like I said, it is some dark stuff going on in this world, y'all. It is, but a lot of it too is because of the decisions that we make, right? These are younger souls having to go through this lesson. But yeah, for some of y'all, they learning God is real. Yeah, they thought this was a good idea. They thought this was a good idea. Yep. Look at here. We got family again. An idea. Yes. For some of y'all, some of y'all's family, more than one family member. Some of y'all, like I said, it's just a group of people coming together. They thought this was a good idea, right? Because they're young souls. They're young souls who don't understand the repercussions of their actions. Some of y'all, I'm telling y'all, they had no idea this was. So maybe this was for some money. And it could be, because my thing is lighting up. Oh, confirmation. Thank you for that, God. But somebody started calling right when I said that. Confirmation, my thing started lighting up red. For some of y'all, they were doing this for money. So God was like, okay, y'all want to try to set somebody up to take them out for some money. Now I'm going to strip everything from you. I'm going to take everything from you now, because you're being a snake. You're being a snake. That's wrong what you're doing. Yeah, I can't make this up. Family and mask. Some of y'all, this is your own damn family members or people that's connected to you by family wearing a mask. That's why snake came up. Yeah. This marionette card is scheduled. I feel like this, for some of y'all, they didn't trap you. If they was, this would have been your obituary right here, in memory of such and such person. They thought they was going to control this situation. It's like wherever you was going, like it's, I don't know why, if it just not, when I saw this, I saw it as a drone for some reason. It's like these people were stalking you to trap you, to take you out. And they see that every time they still can't do it. Yeah, I can't make this up. Family, justice in reverse. This was injustice. That's why betrayal is up here. Because it's like, what kind of family is that? Right? What kind of family is that? Young families, young soul families that don't understand that there's consequences for their actions. And it's possibly because people around them don't hold them accountable, right? But guess what? If they don't hold them accountable, God sure will. And that's what happens. Yeah, mass accident. I don't know, someone could have been trying to cause some type of accident, or it could just be injury, or someone try to do something to take someone out. For some of y'all, it could have been like an accident. For some of y'all, yeah, somebody did some type of spell work on somebody, some type of witchcraft to cause an accident, to take them out. My thing is lighting up bright red as I'm saying that. Someone, I don't know, somebody lost their job. Somebody could have lost their job, whoever was part of this. I don't know. For some of y'all, this could be like an ex-husband, ex-wife, or ex-lover, or something like that with this marriage in reverse. All right, anything else before I close this out? Look at here. Alliance. And it fell right on top of snake card. Y'all had so many snakes. Y'all, there was people teamed up. These snakes teamed up to do this. And, you know, I guess if you try to look at it from a spiritual standpoint, it's this was never going to happen, first of all, right? This was part of a plan. It was just part of their spiritual awakening, right? Because look at this, with this vow card. It's like, for some of y'all, when I see this card, it's given, this is my sacrifice card. Like somebody was trying to sacrifice somebody. So someone's doing this, some type of spell work. And if someone's physically trying to take someone out there because they were stalking them, to this was their goal. But for some of y'all, this was like some type of sacrifice too, that somebody was doing some type of witchcraft or something. But it's like they learning now. They learning now. Y'all teaming up to do this. That's crazy. And then look, they wouldn't stop. And so for some of y'all, there was some type of evidence, and then look, collaboration in reverse. Some of y'all, these people, and they're blind. Some of y'all, they walk blindly into this. They had no idea that this was a lesson for them. This is a lesson that there's on a soul level. It's like, yeah, God used this situation. He orchestrated everything in the situation, but it's for the purposes of, on a soul level, these people need to go through this, right? They blindly walked into this. So whatever they were doing this for money, it's like they just knew it was going to work, right? And for some of y'all, because collaborations is in reverse. So some of y'all, it's like like I said, it could be conflicts amongst these people right now. Where it's like, I don't know, maybe some people could have walked away from this plot. But it's something where somebody wasn't stopping. Whatever it was, where somebody was abusing their authority to stalk somebody. Or it could just be that it's something that somebody kept doing, or they did not stop. And there was some type of evidence that was left behind. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's like somebody's at odds. So it could be these people who are working together. For some of y'all, it's like this is your energy with these people. Yeah. For some of y'all specifically, you could have pulled your energy back from these people, or the person or something like that, or could have walked away from this person. Because for some of y'all, we saw marriage in reverse, so it's some type of ex. And it's like this person turned into a bully. I'm getting that. For some of y'all, all you did was pull, and it doesn't have to be, it could be a family member, friends, whoever this is, because we have family up here twice. For some of y'all, you pulled your energy back from this person, and this person became a bully. And my eyes drew toward the word bad karma when I said that. Yeah, for some of y'all, yeah, the person was collaborating with others, or like I said, it was just a group of people. collaborate. Some of y'all, that's what it is too. It's like you could have pulled your energy back from a group of people for more than one person. And it's like, I guess maybe that was their fuel of coming together. But they don't realize they walked blindly into this because this was part of the plan that God created. Yeah, look, bully and death. Some of y'all, these people thought they were going to bring about a death. Yeah, they were being real bullies. I mean, tracking somebody. Seriously trying to take them out. And they don't realize that they blindly walked into this trap. That's why it's not going to get it done. God is going to protect you every time. God is not going, that's what these people are learning. Don't let this 3D world fool you. Everything, this world is being ran by the spirit realm. Everything that happens, everything that's aligned, all this happens in the spirit world first. And then it manifests in the physical world. So you coming up against somebody who has a lot of pull in the spirit world, where things can manifest in this person's favor, where God can work anything out. He can make a car accident happen. He can make somebody sick. He can make somebody lose their job. He can strip somebody of everything that they have. These people don't understand. They don't have real power. They think they have power in numbers. They think they have power in abusing their authority and jobs and stuff like that. The person who has real power is the person that has the rank in the spirit realm. Because every time these people make a move, God is going to step off of his throne and he's going to block it every single time, because they're doing this to a high-ranking earth angel. And that's what these people are learning. I'm full of goosebumps right now. Because these people are really trying to cause a death. If you didn't have that protection, it could have happened. You know what I'm saying? And then look at here. Bully after bully, y'all. Live and learn and overloaded. Yes, this was a lesson for them, for sure. This was a huge lesson in their spiritual awakening. Don't even bother doing this to anybody, because you never know who you're doing it to. Don't be fooled by these meat suits that we have on, right? Because you never know who you're entertaining. These are meat suits. Who we are is under these meat suits. Our soul, our spirit. That's who we are. That's what determines what's your protection, right? And these people are learning. You did this to the wrong person. You did this to the wrong people. You did this to a high-ranking earth angel. And so this is a lesson for them. Like, hey, God does exist. So now be mindful with your actions. Be mindful of what you do, because it's every time you do something, it gets noted. No stone shall go unturned. You know what I'm saying? So it's like these people are experiencing stress, burdens for doing this. They invested so much time. I just saw the word money in my mind's eye. They invested time and money in this. They were never going to get this. This was part of God's plan to get them to believe in God. Because these people, they were young souls, they didn't believe in God. All right, anything else, Holy Spirit, before I close this out? Yeah, hey, some of these people, they need help. They need help. The death card is in reverse. For some of y'all, some of these people were depending on you getting taken out of this world to get this money. They were literally depending on that. And now that their plan didn't work, now that this death is in reverse, things are a disaster for them. Because for some of y'all, they were really, like, they had some blind faith. We saw that blind card. These people had the real blind faith when it came to this plan. These people really thought that this was gonna work. They were betting on this to work. And now that you're still alive, it's like, they're like, damn, I need help. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Yeah. They wanted to win. and they didn't win. Because this was a test. God knew you were going to persevere through this, right? Coach, this was a test. These people were in a classroom. They had no idea that they were being tested. They had no idea that they were being taught a lesson. God knew you were going to persevere over this. Yeah. Persevere, gain friendship. Yeah, for some of y'all, this could be a friend, or this could be a friend group, or friends that are like family. Either way, they're a snake. And that's why masks came up twice. They're wearing a mask because they're not real. For some of y'all, I don't know, there was some type of lover that was involved in this situation too, that they were supposed to get something out of this. Yeah. This gonna be my last card, y'all. Yeah, look at this adventure. This is given like he's climbing a mountain, y'all. And first of all, it looks like it's a icy mountain. But he's climbing a mountain. Do you know how dangerous a mountain is? Climbing, like, you ain't rock climbing inside of a building. Like, you're literally out in nature on a mountain. For some of y'all, you've persevered through some really dangerous things. Some of y'all, these people were seriously trying to take you out. For some of y'all, they were literally tracking your every move with intentions to set you up and take you out. For some of y'all, these people were doing spell work on you. Some of y'all, you persevered through even car accidents. You could even got in car accidents, right? But you persevered, you made it through. And for some of y'all, it's like you could have been dodging car accidents, right? It's like they were setting dangerous things along your path to take you out. And they were doing this to an earth angel. That's why you were able to persevere through it all, because I have ancestors protection, but this came out. It's the ancestors, they protecting you too, but now God he had to step off of his throne every single time, and he's gonna block it every single time. That's why you were able to persevere through this. So anyways, y'all, catch you on another video. Peace, love, and light.